So in last class we were discussing, let's see what we were discussing. As the Bhagavatam, as the Bhagavatam says, one should not attempt to become a father or mother or teacher unless he's able to save his children from death, from the grip of material nature. The father should be knowledge of Krishna and he should be determined that the innocent children who has entrusted to him will not have to undergo the cycle of birth and death again. He should be resolved to train his children in such a way that they will no longer have to be subjected to the painful cycle of birth and death. But before one can do this, he has to make himself expert. If he becomes expert in Krishna consciousness, he can help not only his children but his society and nation. So, yes, in our last class, we discussed this thing that if anyone, if you want to become a parent, father, mother, whatever, so it is his responsibility to make that child Krishna conscious. It is his responsibility to teach him this auspicious knowledge, that how one can get liberate from this cycle of birth and death. This is really painful, actually. In today's class, by His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj, I was hearing his class. So he was telling that you will see, if a child is born, he is always born by crying. It's not like it is a disciplic succession of crying, of taking birth while crying. That child, that baby is crying because of pain. He's suffering so much of pain. That's why he's crying. You will never see any baby taking birth while smiling. Only Krishna, Lord Krishna, appears in this world uh, while smiling. Is it not? But we ordinary people, we fallen souls, we take birth in this material world by crying a lot. If you are still in doubt, then you can see the video recording. If someone might have recorded your that moment, that sweet moment of crying, that is not sweet actually. Jokes apart. So yeah, that is really very painful. That's why he's crying. Otherwise, you only tell na, if birthdays are really happy. People often say happy birthday, happy birthday. If birthdays are really happy, then why a child is crying when he's taking birth? Should be very much happy. But he is suffering from so much of pain. The womb of mother is not so good place. So yes, if one is desiring to become a parent, then it is his responsibility to liberate that soul, because he is becoming a medium to give, uh, you know, a being birth. He's becoming a medium. So it is his responsibility. If he is ready to take this responsibility, then it is very good. Uh, Regarding this, I remember this thing. Regarding this, you will see Master of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He said this, that there is no guarantee that there will be a devotee child. If if I take responsibility to become a parent, if I desire to become a parent, so there is no possibility to that, there is no possibility that the child which will come, he will be devotee for sure. See, this is also one should understand. You will see, uh, children's only. There are many children. I know this thing. I know one Mataji, she was telling me that his uh, child, he's very young, just 8 or 10 years old, and he does not like to do any spiritual activity. He becomes so much angry when her mother tell her to do something for Lord. So these are the past sanskars. So even this is also one thing, that there is no possibility that one will give birth to a devotee child only. It is very much difficult. See, this is I'm like, if I say this, this is reality, this is practical thing, that grahastha life is not that easy. Marriage life is really not that easy, and raising children, taking care of them whole life, it is really not an easy task. It is very difficult. You know how children cry, and I don't want to comment anything on this, but yeah, I just want to say that it is very much difficult to grow up a child. There are so many responsibilities one have to take. So it's not like animals, they also raise kids, then they just their kids, they don't care of their kids. Kids are roaming, they are wandering here and there, they are putting their mouth in garbage and stuff. So same with human beings. Now this might be heavy, this might seem heavy, but what to say, it is reality. You see now, when children grow up, they never listen to their parents. So it is very much important to train your children from the very starting. If you will if you will preach them this knowledge of Krishna consciousness, then they will be very good children when they will grow up. They will never ever hurt you. It's not about hurting, it's actually, this is the right etiquette, that one should teach knowledge to their children. It's written here, and it's not like Prabhupada ji is telling his learnings or something. It's not like Prabhuji is putting his point here. It is stated in Bhagavatam. See, it's written, as the Bhagavatam says, one should not attempt to become a father or parent, whatever, unless he is able to save his children from death, from the grip of material nature. So it is stated in Bhagavatam, which is summary of all the Vedas. So yes, this is very much important. And for this is also important, that parent should also be expert in Krishna consciousness. Then only he will be able to teach his children. If he is not able to chant his 16 rounds, if he is not able to whatever, mother or father, if they are not able to follow their spiritual activities nicely, then how will be they able to teach their children? Is it not? So this is very much important. But if he himself is bound by ignorance, how can he unite others who are similarly bound? So, this is practical. If you are not aware about some knowledge, then how will you be able to preach that knowledge to someone else? Before one can make others free, he must be free himself. Yes, this is very much important. If you want to save someone from what to say, from falling in the well. First of all, you will have to, you know, save yourself from falling in that well, or whatever. I'm just telling this example to make you understand that for before saving others, it is very much important to save ourselves first. It is very much important to train ourselves first. See, if we take a normal, very normal, casual example, so you will see teachers in school, they teach their students. So, first of all, they train themselves by studying a lot. Then only they are able to teach that knowledge, whatever material knowledge, to their students. But if that teacher is not, expert in his field, then how will he be able to teach his students? So, same way, whatever knowledge we are uh, grabbing here, it is very much important to follow it in our practical life, and then only we can we will be, we will be transforming our lives, and then only we will be able to inspire other people also. See, this is very much important. The knowledge, the things which you follow yourself in practical life, then only you will be able to inspire other people for the same. Prabhuji was telling once that there was someone who used to preach some spiritual knowledge only to his students. But later he used to say, like confidentially to his friends or something, that I myself not able to believe this knowledge. I'm just preaching it for the sake of preaching, but I myself don't relate with this knowledge. I'm not able to follow this knowledge by myself. And that's why you will see other people will also not get transformed. They will also not get inspired if they are hearing from such people who are themselves not following their words. So this is very much important. And that's why you will see devotees who makes so much efforts in preaching this Krishna conscious knowledge. They themselves, of course, they themselves follow it in their practical lives, and then only they are able to inspire other people also for the same. So yeah, before one can make others free, he must be free himself. Actually, no one is a free man, for everyone is under the spell of material nature, but one who is surrendered to Krishna cannot be touched by Maya. So no one is free. You will see everyone is dependent on something. He's never free, he's never independent. So, yeah, but one who is surrendered to Krishna, he is liberated. See, this is practical thing. Anyone who is serving Lord Krishna, that can be any service. If you are doing deity worship, if you are chanting, if you are hearing, if you are cooking prasadam for Krishna, whatever, you are in liberated state at that time. Maya cannot even touch you. And that's what it's written here. He of all men is free. If one places himself in sunlight, there is no question of darkness. But if one places himself in artificial light, it may flicker and go out. This is practical example. See, like, yeah, let me tell you. 2 days before I was giving classes, Hindi classes, we were discussing classes, Hindi classes. So suddenly, light disappeared, and my room was filled with darkness. So I had to cancel the class because I can't give a class in dark room. Just like, yeah, I can't take class, I can't discuss classes in dark room. Just like this, if I stop my camera, if I put my video off like this, then I'll not be able to, I will be just speaking, and you'll be like, oh, who is this ghost speaking? Who is this ghost speaking? Voice is coming, but we can't see the face. So yeah, let me what we were discussing, let's discuss what Prabhupada ji is telling here. You will see that if someone is standing in sunlight, you might sunbathe in morning. It is very much good if you take vitamin D naturally. Yes. So if someone is standing in sunlight, then there is no scope of darkness. Even whole world put light, put their light off. Like, they just try to uh you know expend darkness, but then also they will not be able to do this, they will not be successful in this. Why? Because sun is there. Sun is himself so much, sun is itself so much potent to expend his light all over the world. So there is no question of darkness if one is standing in sunlight. But if one places himself in artificial light, then the light will flicker and it will go out. So same way, from this example, what we can understand, that Krishna is just like sunlight. Krishna is just like sunlight. Where he is present, there is no question of darkness and ignorance. Yes. So when you are in shelter of Krishna, Krishna always gives us, blesses us with so much intelligence of perceiving things in right way. You will see, as devotees serve Krishna, they definitely, you know, uh, control their senses. Is it not? And you will see their senses becomes so much sharp. They are able to understand scriptures very nicely, things very nicely. Whatever happens in their lives, they just reflect on it very nicely. They come to understand things very nicely. They understand things very, very nicely. So, yeah, this is because Krishna is sunlight. And there is no scope, there is no question of darkness and ignorance if someone is serving Krishna. And you yourself can experience in this life practically. The wise men, the Mahatmas understand this. So, you all are Mahatmas. I pay my humble obeisances to all of you. Just keep serving Lord like this your whole life. So now there is a shloka. We can discuss it. Let's discuss. Yeah, we have some time. Please recite with me. अहम सर्वस्य प्रभवो मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुधा भाव समन्वितः. अहम सर्वस्य प्रभवो मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां 𝗃𝗵𝗵𝗧𝗲𝗹𝗵𝗺. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Bhagavad Gita 10.8. So, what Krishna is telling here, that Krishna is the source of all the spiritual and material worlds. ईश्वरः परमा कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम. Krishna is the reason of all the reasons happening in all the worlds, spiritual and material. So Krishna is the reason of everything. There is nothing which is beyond or which is apart from Krishna. Even if someone is busy in gratifying his senses, then that poor intelligence is also coming from Krishna. Because, see, now you will be wondering that why Krishna uh, allows people to do sense gratification. Because it's his own choice. Whose choice? The being's choice. If a being is desiring to gratify his son's senses, then Krishna will give him. He will arrange things like that. If being is desiring to serve Krishna, then Krishna will arrange things like that. So you all desire to serve Krishna. That's why you are here in the class. Is it not? So being is independent for desiring. And Krishna make arrangements like that. Okay, you want to eat lots of non-veg? You become tiger. Or you become lion. Oh, you want to swim so much in water? Okay, you become a fish. No problem. Oh, you're fond of eating so much of food. Food, not prasadam. See, prasadam is not sense gratification. Yeah, this one should understand. So yeah, oh, you're fond of eating lots and lots of food and you're not offering it to me also. You just become an elephant. There is no need of offering me anything in this species. See, animals have no rules. They don't have to follow any rules because they don't have such consciousness. They can do anything aimlessly. They are free to do anything. And that's why you see, they are doing it. If a being had a desire to swim in water, then okay, you become a fish. You swim your whole life. No problem. So Krishna fulfills a being's desire. And you see, devotees always desire to serve Krishna. They always want to love Krishna. So Krishna arranges things like that. Isn't this just beautiful thing? We should be very much fortunate that we are in devotees association, because from devotees only we got to know this beautiful process of serving Lord. Is it not? Otherwise, we were not aware about this thing. Even if I talk about myself, we should be very much grateful that we got association of devotees. This is just true. Devotees of Krishna is so merciful. They just give, you know, they just distribute mercy of Lord unconditionally. This is called love actually. There is no sense gratification here. So see, when Krishna is in center, then only there is love. Otherwise, it is sense gratification. So yes, now you just think, if if someone is really wise man, if he got to know this thing, oh, Krishna is the reason of all the reasons. So I will serve him. I will worship him with all my heart. And you all are doing this already. In this verse, the word Buddha is used, which indicates a wise man or one who is learned. What is his symptom? He knows that Krishna is the fountain head of everything, of all emanations. He knows that whatever he sees is but an emanation of Krishna. Yes. So this is true. Whatever you see around us, we should be, at least if we are not able to see it directly, we should try to preach ourselves this thing. We should try to learn this thing to ourselves again and again, that yeah, this which I am using, this is of Lord Krishna. I have been given this by the arrangement of Krishna. Krishna made a medium to this fellow person to give this thing to me. So I should put this thing in service of Lord. I should offer this to Lord. So we should preach this thing again and again to ourselves, because it is our tendency that we forget things. We often forget things. So we should always try to preach ourselves this thing, that yeah, this belongs to Krishna. Oh, this is not my property. This is Krishna's property. I should give this to Krishna. I should put this in service of Lord. So yes, this is the symptom of a wise man, that he knows that Krishna is the fountain head of everything, of all the emanations. In the material world, sex life is the most prominent factor. Sexual attraction is found in all species of life, and one may ask where it comes from. Now, if we are understanding this thing, that everything comes from Krishna, Krishna is the reason of everything, then what is this uh this attraction? This is also found in all the species. Not It's not only about the human beings. You know, animals also have couples. That's why they're able to raise children, kids. Means that dog kid, cat kid, whatever. Yeah. So now this, one can question this, that one may ask this, that where it is coming from. The wise men understand that this tendency is in Krishna, and that it is revealed in his relationships with the damsels of Vraja. Whatever is found in this material world can also be found in perfection in Krishna. See, this is main point. Please don't misunderstand this point. This is very much important point. Let's just read the whole point nicely, then we will discuss this in detail. Yes, so see, the wise man understands that this tendency is in Krishna, and that it is revealed in his relationships with the damsels of Vraja. Whatever is found in this material world can also be found in perfection in Krishna. The difference is that in the material world, everything is manifest in a perverted form. Everything is manifest in a perverted form. Everything is manifest in a perverted form. Everything means everything except Krishna Bhakti. Except anything you do, anything you're doing in relation to Krishna. is manifest in a perverted form. Perverted means wicked, immoral. You can understand opposite of good things. Good, opposite of good is bad. So it is just opposite of purity. Now see how much contaminated this world is. And how much contaminated our consciousness is. Consciousness becomes pure when one serves Krishna, when one chant his holy names. This is one point. But yeah, it is everything is perverted. In Krishna, all of these tendency and manifestations exist in pure consciousness, in spirit. One who knows this in full knowledge becomes a pure devotee of Krishna. So, are you able to follow this point? So, you will see etiquette is that one should always engage physically only for raising kids. But then also you see now this this thing also people are doing in animalistic way. Is it not? So it is immoral, perverted, just opposite of the spiritual world is this material contaminated world, just opposite of pure consciousness. So yes, one who knows this in full knowledge becomes a pure devotee of Krishna. So becoming a pure devotee is a long journey, of course, because you see now, see, it's not that long. Just understand this thing. We have been doing bad things from eternal time. Now, eternal means you can say infinite. There is no any specific counting of years, the time which has passed. And we have been doing these materialistic things from eternal time. But you just see how potent this process is. Just following this process for a few months, let's say, it's not been even years. You see, lots of changes are happening in you. See the purity of this knowledge. I just feel so much grateful every single day that what a magical thing we have got by the mercy of Lord. Literally, it's a great mercy of Lord. So now there is a shloka. We will be discussing this in our next class. We'll stop here now. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.